Yes, sir. Damn, one of my notifications ain't working no more. I used to get a notification. All right. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, sir. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. It's the Spotlight Show. There goes my, there goes my, I'm going to start that back. There goes my notification. Yes, sir. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City podcast guy. It's the Spotlight Show. Saturday Night Live, coming to you from GMP Podcast Studios, right here at 2406 East Burnside Street, Portland, Oregon. It's the Be Seen, Be Heard podcast experience, sponsored by GMP Podcast Group, Portland's #1 podcast studio. If you know, you know. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Another live stream content creation session. The Spotlight Show, I like to call it the SNL edition. Not just hosting episodes here of the Spotlight Show. I'm building my content in real time. I'm filming, testing new ideas, and crafting the reels, shorts, and promos, the voiceovers. So a lot of the stuff I talk about on here, you might hear me repeat myself. It's just because I'm going to use it. I'm intentionally doing this with the thoughts of using it for my content. So that's what we're doing, man. So if you're watching live, you're not just viewing, you're witnessing the behind the scenes of how it all comes together. So smash that like button, drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. My guy Season say tap in on the tap in. Make sure you subscribe to that Spotlight channel, the Thorn City Spotlight channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that Thorn City Spotlight channel on YouTube. Got to get my subscribers up. My views was moving when I was posting some reels and it was working. Then I got into this rebrand and so I had to take a break, but I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. So what do we got tonight on the Spotlight Show? Like I said, I call it the SNL edition now. Kind of breaking down right now. I got to make some tough decisions. Sharpening my voice. Focusing on keeping the main thing the main thing. So I'll show you how Thorn City Syndicate and the Spotlight Show go hand in hand. The agency builds the message and the show amplifies it. So Thorn City Syndicate is the management agency and the Thorn City Spotlight Show is the engine that runs it. So we're going to dive deep into what I'm trying to create. I was thinking last night, and I came up with some stuff to talk about today. Got to come up with some systems and programs, but the system I'm going to start trying to build out. I want to build some type of podcast host system. So I'm going to break that down. It's a complete framework that helps creators launch and grow their show in 30 days. So that's what I'm gonna. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna walk you through what I like to call the 4 sprints it's gonna take for me to go from idea to launch. Plus, I'll show a little. Plus, I'll show. Plus. I'm gonna walk you through the 4 sprints it's gonna take for me to go from idea to launch. Plus, I'll share a little bit about the bigger vision of the visibility network platform. Something I've been dreaming up, man, back since 2014, man. And of course, give you a little bit of inside scoop on what Thor City Syndicate is building, what our services, our revenue streams, and how I want to help creators and entrepreneurs transform their brands. It's all about transformation and visibility for me. Those are my 2 key words. So stick around. It's not just about building the content. It's all about clarity, strategy, and building systems that last. So, um, man, decisions. You got to make tough decisions in life sometime, in business, in life, decisions. Tough. But you got to make them. Um, that's really where I'm at right now. Every move feels like it matters. You know, what to cut, what to double down on, what to put a pause on, so I can actually take the next step forward. So that's why I'm back at it, man. Tonight, solo dolo again, like the last few weeks. No guests, just me. And honestly, I'm starting to like this lane. I think I needed this space to really sharpen my voice and figure out exactly how I want this podcasting journey to go. So it's been really good for me. Got 2 more weeks left in the Strictly Business program. Shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Lane, my guy Jamal and his wife Christina over there with the CBI Strictly Business program. Oh, they called it something else. I wrote it down and I forgot. But I'm going to call it the Strictly Business program because that's what it is. So once that wraps up, I'll start rolling out the rebrands. I've already started planting some seeds. Only this time it's going to be way more intentional. We got the Thorn City Syndicate, the management agency, and the Thorn City Spotlight Show. They go hand in hand. The syndicate, the Thorn City Syndicate, that's the agency. Like I said, that's the engine that helps the creators, entrepreneurs, and people build their brands. Excuse me. That's the engine that helps the creators, the entrepreneurs, and the people build their brands, find clarity, and create strategies that actually work. You know, you got to do that. So, and then we got the Spotlight Show. That's the platform where it all comes to life. The agency builds the message, and the show amplifies it. The agency gives you. That's why I came up with a tagline, slogan, whatever you want to call it. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody thinks they need to be heard, and everybody wants to be remembered. So I think that goes well. So I think I'm gonna run with that. So as I prepare for this next step in my entrepreneurial journey, the first rule is simple: keep the main thing the main thing. When I say the main thing, I mean my niche. It's always been one of my biggest struggles over the years is figuring out exactly what my niche is. But once you finally start to see it, the next challenge is keeping the main thing. On top of that, I've always kind of wrestled and struggled with finding the right systems and the right programs and the right environments that can actually support where I'm headed, not just where I started. Because you hit a point sometimes where what worked before just doesn't seem to fit anymore. Sometimes you outgrow it. You outgrow the tools, you outgrow the spaces. What worked when you started doesn't always work as you grow. That's not failure, that's growth. It's part of the journey. And a lot of people are scared to switch up and change some things up and shit. Start over if you got to sometimes. But that just means you leveling up. And when you level up, growth requires new systems, new strategies, sometimes new environments, that match the level of where you're stepping into. That's exactly the season I'm in right now, and maybe some of you are too. So, what I was talking about the podcast host system. The podcast host system is the complete framework I'm building to help creators and entrepreneurs launch and grow a podcast the right way. When I say podcast, I mean a podcast. You can do video, but video can't be your main focus if you're podcasting. And I encourage you to do video, but don't make that your focus, because there's a market for podcasting, audio. Use the video for what you use the video for. But if you're trying to compete with these big names and these big brands that's really producing shows, they're not producing podcasts. They're producing shows and release them as podcasts. Um, so you can't really compete with them unless you got the budget. And so don't act like you got the budget if you ain't got the budget. And so you can't skip steps in podcasting. That's something I learned along my journey. I skipped some steps. I went straight to producing the show just because I had the tools to do it. I didn't necessarily have to have the budget, but I had the tools, so I did it. But I'm going to double back, rewind. Like I said, the rebrand, and we're going to get into some real deal podcasting. I'm still going to call it a spotlight show because that's the handle I chose, and I like it. There's a nice ring to it, and that's what I'm doing. I like to spotlight people. But I'm gonna do real podcasting, audio, focus on the audio and promoting that and promoting the business. And what they say, your podcast should be bringing in leads. Your guests should be leads for your business. And so that's what I'm gonna focus on. So the complete framework, like I said, I'm building. It's designed to help anyone go from idea to launch in 30 days and then keep their show running in just a couple hours a week. The system includes a 30-day launch roadmap that breaks the process down into simple steps, templates, and SOPs. SOPs are standard operating procedures. Let me say that again. SOPs are standard operating procedures. You should have those. And so I'm going to start building those out. So if you have that, you're never guessing what to do next. It's all planned out for you. A growth hub with strategies for promotion, content, and visibility. Training videos to show you exactly how to set things up. So there's two ways it works. There's the DIY version, do it yourself. You buy the system, get instant access, and follow it step by step. Then you have the done for you version, the DFY. My team sets it all up and manages it. You just show up and record. So that's what we're going to do. DIY, do it yourself, and DFY, done for you. Those are the two ways I'm going to build this thing out. Think of it like a business in a box for podcasting. Instead of figuring out everything from scratch, you get a proven process that saves you time, cuts out the trial and error, and sets you up with a professional, consistent podcast that builds your brand ability. There we go. I'm going to run that back. What I said, think of it like a business in a box for podcasting. Instead of figuring out everything from scratch, you get a proven process that saves you time, cuts out the trial and error, and sets you up with a professional, consistent podcast that builds your brand and authority. Excuse me. So here's the game plan. 4 sprints is what I like to call it, is what I came up. So once I finish the 4 sprints, it'll be go time to launch this thing. So sprint 1 is the foundation and infrastructure. That's the back end. It's going to take some time to get it all set up, but it'll be all worth it if you take that time and actually set it up, and get things on autopilot. So that's the back end. This is the stuff nobody sees, but it makes everything work. Talking about setting up the back end tools, automations, systems, integrations, making sure they're branded and connected the right way. If the foundation is shaky, the whole thing falls apart. So sprint 1 is like laying concrete. You don't see it, but it holds the building up. Excuse me. Sprint 2, the core product build. Now that the foundation's in its place, sprint 2 is where the real product comes to life. For me, that's the master dashboard. Think of it like the command center. It's got to be complete, functional, and simple to follow. You don't want people to get lost. I want them to log in, know exactly where to go. It's about structure, usability, and making sure the system, and it's about this is about structure, visibility, and making sure the system actually solves problems. Sprint 3, it's the branding and client experience. Once the product is built, now it's about how it feels when someone actually touches it and uses it. That's branding and client experience. I want every interaction to feel premium and intentional, clean design, clear messaging, and everything on brand. It's not just about looking good, it's about building trust. When clients log in, book with me, or even just see emails, I want them to feel like, okay, this is the next level. I'm in the right place. Sprint 4, sales and launch. But before we actually hit the go button, there's a pre-launch testing phase. This is where I'll run internal tests. I'll bring in a couple beta testers and make sure every part of the system works the way it should. Once it's airtight, then it's liftoff. At that point, the system is ready to go live. Someone can purchase it and get instant access, DIY, do it yourself. If they got the real budget and, they want to help doing it all, they need some more support, I can walk them through it step by step, DFY. But either way, it'll be built to sell and built to scale. So that's the 4 sprints to take this thing from idea to launch. But before that, like I said, I got to run it through pre-launch testing phase. That means testing it myself like a client would. I'm a podcast host, so I'll be testing it too. But I also want to put a couple beta testers through it, and fix any of the friction points. Basically making sure the rocket is airtight before we send it into orbit. Get it all right. So then there's another piece that goes along with all this to complete what I like to call the visibility network platform. Like I mentioned earlier, something I've envisioned since 2014, but I've been keeping it top secret. Only a few people know about it. I've shared this idea with. Got this idea back from when we went on tour, me and my guy Third. We had our show out in Miami down at the world famous King of Diamonds. Man, I wish I had that footage. That's when I seen something they were doing out there, and I've been plotting on. Damn, I want to do that. I want to do something like that here. I've seen a little bit what they done out there, but still haven't seen nobody do it how I want to do it. And so, in due time, I will share that with you guys. But until then, I'm gonna keep that what they call it, G classification. Success starts with a dream, but it lasts with a system. So that's what I'm building. Let me say that again. Success starts with a dream, but it lasts with a system. So that's what I'm building. I've always been the type to help everybody else, pour into other people's dreams, help them bring their dreams to life. Even before I stopped to pour into mine. But because I don't believe it, it's not because I don't believe in me, but because serving others was always what always came first for me, helping other people out. But now I'm realizing I got to be more intentional about helping myself, doing some of the stuff I want to do. That don't mean I can't still help other people, but just be more intentional with what I want to do, my dreams and my visions. And so it's not selfish. It's necessary because the more I grow, the more I can give back. The more I put myself in position, the more I can put other people in position. And so that's just how it works. So that's why I built Thorn City Syndicate. I knew I needed to create something bigger than me, something that not only helps me grow, but it gives creators, entrepreneurs, and change makers the same clarity and systems I was searching for. It's not just about me anymore. It's about building a platform where all of us can win. So at Thorn City Syndicate, we help podcasters, creators, and entrepreneurs go from passion projects to powerful platforms. We know success doesn't happen by accident, it's built through clarity, consistency, and the right strategy. We help you build, launch, and grow your brand. We believe in playing the long game. Forget chasing downloads and gimmicks. We help you serve your audience and monetize authentically and stay top of mind. I always tell people this. You don't need millions of followers. You just need the listeners and the right plan. You don't need millions of followers. You just need the right listeners and the right plan. And so that's what I'm going to come up with. And so we take you out the grind and into the growth lane by creating visibility that keeps you top of mind, transforming your presence so your brand is impossible to ignore, building systems that free your time and scale your impact. Your dreams matter. Let's turn it into something so they can stop talking about it. So I'm going to build my system out. And then if other people got systems, then, I'll have a team in place so we can help you build your system out. Or you can use my system. That's how it works. But we offer hands-on collaboration from idea to execution. We work side by side with you to co-create strategies, content, and campaigns, ensuring you're always part of the process and never left in the dark. Transparency and honesty. You got to keep it real with the people you're serving, and they'll appreciate it. Let's see. To elevate your presence, we give you access to real opportunities to collaborate through our creative vendor network and marketplace. We give you access to real opportunities to create. No. We give you access to real opportunities to collaborate through our creative vendor network and marketplace. But it doesn't stop at services. We also provide ongoing coaching and mentorship. We equip you with the knowledge to grow your brand, launch your podcast, and scale in a way that's sustainable. But it's not just about deliverables, it's about transformation. Like I said, visibility and transformation is what we're going to be pushing. We're going to be banging the hammer and nail down on that. So some of our services and revenue streams that we're going to be getting into here at Thorn City Syndicate. Our revenue comes from a mix of creative services and the platforms we're building. But we'll offer on-site pop-up podcast productions, full audio and video production. If you got the budget to do it on a high level, it doesn't make any sense to not do it on the right level. So that's possible. On the digital side, we'll handle everything from graphic design logos, flyers, social media posts, to video editing, web development, websites, and full marketing plans. We also take care of the technical growth side with Google My Business Management, SEO services, Google ranking systems, Meta Facebook ads. And on top of that, we'll offer social media marketing and management. I think my team can build out some apps. I think they got app design, so we're gonna have app designs too. We can even do cold calling, to help the brands convert leads into sales. We can reach out for you. Then there's our community side of our Creator Vendor Network marketplace. And the Thorn City Spotlight Show. That's where we feature guests and create collaboration opportunities. We provide coaching, workshops, and business programs that help creators and entrepreneurs build clarity, confidence, and growth. Altogether, these streams balance service fees, memberships, sponsorships, and training, which keeps us growing and creating impact. So, if you've been listening tonight and you've got skills, services, or creativity to bring to the table, I need you to think about joining the Creative Vendor Network and Marketplace. This is where we'll connect, collaborate, and create opportunities together. Because this isn't just my vision, it's something I'm building to create community. So, my guy season say, tap in on the tap in, be part of the movement, and let's grow together. Um, I can't do it alone. We've been going at it alone for far too long. So we got to find a way to create our own community. Not our community, but create our own community. Um, we got a tough community out there. They don't support totally all the time, unless it's something for them. But if you create your own community, then you control who comes in and out of the community, and you make sure you let only the right people in who has the same goals and visions in mind, and y'all come together and make it happen. So before the official launch, I'm going to need a few people for the pre-launch testing phase to run through the systems with me, point out any friction, and help make sure this is airtight before we send it into the real world. So if you want to be part of the process, you got skills, services to offer, it's a chance to lock in. It's bigger than me. It's about building something together. So let's make it happen. If you're ready to grow, you can start with a free assessment. Just DM me or hit my new landing page at www.thorncitysyndicate.com. It's a work in progress, but it's live. I was going to take it down, but I'm like, whatever. I'll leave it up. It's a work in progress. So go there, get your free digital report card today, and see exactly where your brand stands and what steps you need to take. That's the Thorn City Syndicate Management, where visibility meets transformation and transformation builds a legacy. It's your platform, your voice. If you're ready to be seen, be heard, be remembered, let's talk. I'll let your boy. Drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the Thorn City Spotlight YouTube channel. Big shout out to my GMP always. It's your boy, Naeem Hall. See you next time. And there was something else I needed to record. Where did that go? Oh man, I need to record something. What was it? Huh. Let's see. What did I do with that? Did I do this? Yeah, I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. Damn, I ran through that shit. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go find it again. Where is that at? All right, let's see. Let's see here. What was that? Is it in here? Let me see if he can find it for me. Chat GPT. Facebook. I'm wrapping it up. I had a short episode today, but I need to record a voiceover. What was it about? Can you find, let's see. Can you find our conversation about, damn, what was it about? Recording. record. Let's put this in here. The Thorn City. Oh no, I did that already. Oh. Let me do this real quick. That's the Thorn City Management, where visibility meets transformation and transformation builds legacy. This is your platform, your voice. If you're ready to be seen, be heard, be remembered, let's talk. Drop a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, and subscribe to the Thorn City Spotlight on YouTube. Then that's the Thorn City Syndicate Management, where visibility meets transformation and transformation builds legacy. Be seen, be heard, be remembered. It's your boy, Naeem Hall, Thorn City Podcast Guy. I'll catch you next Saturday. And then I need to record this. This is just going to be a little placement episode in my podcast to tell people I'm rebranding. So hello, everyone. It's Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast Guy, your host here at the Thorn City Spotlight Show. I got a special announcement to share. We're rebranding the podcast. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to start creating new episodes with more of an emphasis on remote interviews. I'm going to start creating new episodes with more of an emphasis on remote interviews and the true form of podcasting. This change is all about aligning the vision. No, this change is all about aligning with the vision I've always had. Storytelling and the power of networking and forming strategic alliances. Now we're adding more of an emphasis on the flip side, visibility and transformation. We'll be giving you strategies, inspiration, and connections you need to keep building your brand and your dreams. We'll be giving you the strategies, inspiration, and connections you need to keep building your brand and your dreams. The mission hasn't changed. It's only growing stronger. The mission hasn't changed. It's only grown stronger. So stay tuned, subscribe, and get ready for the next chapter of this journey. As always, be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Let me run that one more time. Hello, 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 everyone. This is your boy, Naeem Hall, the Thorn City Podcast Guy, your host here at the Thorn City Spotlight Show. I got a special announcement to share. We're rebranding the podcast. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to start creating new episodes with more of an emphasis on remote interviews and the true form of podcasting. This change is all about aligning with the vision I've always had, storytelling, and the power of networking and forming strategic alliances. Now we're adding more of an emphasis on the flip side, visibility and transformation. We'll be giving you strategies, inspiration, and connections you need to keep building your brand and your dreams. The mission hasn't changed. It's only grown stronger. So stay tuned, subscribe, and get ready for the next chapter of this journey. As always, be seen, be heard, and be remembered. Holla at your boy, Thorn City Podcast Guy. That's all I got, brother.